Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. What the fuck? Oh, my fucking desk is stuck.
Damn it, AJ.
No, I am the perfect one, AJ. And with me, as always, is the man with the numbers, the sportsbook whisperer, the jock market connoisseur, Mr. Noah Engelbretts. And Noah, I get to ask you my favorite question of the day. How the hell are you doing today, bud?
I'm wonderful. It's a beautiful Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Ready to go spend some time outside on the patio, have a few bevies.
Hell yeah.
You know how it goes. Speaking of Jock Market, AJ mentioned Jock Market Connoisseur. That's JockMKT. It's a beautiful app. May or may not be available in your state, depending on what state you're in, but we will put a link in the description. If you use my sign-up code, you get $10 free credit. I get $10 free credit, so you might as well go and sign up and use it. I love it. It's beautiful. Interesting concept. It's stock market, day trading meets fantasy sports right in the middle. It's really interesting. Takes a little bit to get used to, but it's really fun once you do.
Now, Noah, it's not legal in Arizona, but you can enter the free contest and stuff here, and I've been entering a couple of those, and actually doing more research into sports betting and everything like that, and how it works across, the world and stuff like that, because due to some of our plans with metaverse and stuff like that, we need to understand some of that. Over in the UK, across the pond and everything, that's actually how it works over there, is it works like a stock market. And so, for example, you buy a team at -3 or whatever, and you keep it at the -3, but the price goes up, down, or whatever, and then you can sell it at a certain price even before the game starts to someone else or something like that. It's really interesting how it works. Jock Market's really cool. If they want to sponsor us, that would be great. They're not sponsoring this one, but Noah just wants free money on the app. So uses referral code 10 to 10.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. And I'm just jealous I can't capitalize on it.
I get $10 credit after you make your first deposit of like $20 or more, or something like that. I don't know. There's some little stipulation in there, but you know how it goes.
And hey, how about this? If 10 people use the code down below, Noah will start doing at least a weekly video on Jock Market or daily tweets on his picks. And I am talking for him right now. We did not discuss this before. It just popped in my head.
All right. Yeah, hey,
Jock Market is really cool. The concept's really cool. And hey, it's another way to sports gamble and stuff and make money and enjoy the game,
Like I said, depending on your state, I think they're legal in about like 30, 35 states right now. I think working on legislation and a lot of other ones.
Not Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, the laws are different in every state. You never know, they might come. But if you do sign up, get that bonus. Even if 5 people sign up with that link, get that bonus. I will make a whole video explaining not only how it works. I mean, they have videos on how it works on their own, but I'll explain my strategy, break it down, all that.
There we go. That's what we need.
I've done very well with Jock Market. So
Noah, it amazes me that we have been on internet for about, I want to say we're coming up on 9 months now. I want to say we started in June? That was when the expansion draft was. Late June, mid-June. Doesn't matter. We've been on for so long, but your nicknames keep getting longer and longer. I swear to God, by the time we're a year into this, we're gonna have to dedicate a whole block to your nickname and then move on to the topics for today. But
going full Daenerys Targaryen mode here. If you're any Game of Thrones fans out there, my name's just gonna get longer and longer and longer. AJ just keeps adding to it. So,
hey, what can I say? I think of a good nickname and I come up with that. I say it. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to not use it? I'm gonna use it. I'm sorry. And hey, we got to talk about Jock Market now. Really cool thing. And if you don't know about it, use it. Noah, I'm holding a highlighter. You know what that means?
We're going to highlight something?
No, Noah. That means it's scheduled release day. Noah,
it is scheduled release day.
I am highlighting all of the losses in the first 6 weeks of the Arizona Cardinals. Considering I just saw that in week 3, we are playing the Kansas City Chiefs at home.
With no D-Hop.
Done. We're done. That was one of the most heartbreaking things to see. We won't even get more heartbreaking. We're playing the Raiders the week after.
They're juiced up.
Bro, but I'm not here to talk about how depressing the Cardinals are right now. That's not what we're here for. This is a good day. This is a good day for the NFL. We get to see who our teams are facing. We get to see the matchups that will define our holidays towards the end of the year. Noah, this is probably behind the draft the second most important day in the NFL offseason. And we have absolutely nothing to talk about, so we're talking about the schedule release.
Yeah, and let me just say, they are taking their sweet-ass time with this. Obviously, just money by creating a whole, 2-3 hour TV program to announce a 17-week schedule. It's not that hard. I would have probably preferred if they just released it. I mean, I get it. They want more money. That's how this works. So they're going to create a whole show out of it and have all the analysts on and all that shit. But just release the schedule. I don't care. I'm not going to tune in and watch you slowly go game by game who's playing who. And I am a huge NFL fan, but as big of an NFL fan as I am, I don't care to watch 3 hours worth of here's the whole schedule for the season. That's so excessive.
No, I couldn't have said it better myself. I will watch anything regarding the NFL, and I will follow anything regarding the NFL, and I will check in on their websites and stuff. But I'm here watching baseball games that I handicapped today. I'm here watching playoff basketball, playoff hockey upcoming here tonight. I don't have time to sit there and watch this. And so I'm going to show you guys right now. You go here and you go to the NFL Network website. There's nothing. Here's how you watch it. Here's how it's going to go down. What are we doing here? There's no schedules, nothing. And then I go to my Twitter and everything, and there's just nothing. Ian Rappaport is got nothing. And NFL Network's just tweeting out which game are you most excited for week 1 because they're only on week 3. It's ridiculous. No, I hate it. But it's what?
Sorry, I saw a little nugget there, and it brought up to me, AJ.
Are you talking about? You talking about
Tua,
this thing?
The Tua Tyreek Hill pass, as we see it live. Actually, that wasn't the same one that the Dolphins tweeted the other day.
No, that's not.
Man, Tua throwing some ducks, underthrowing Tyreek Hill, and the Dolphins had the audacity to post it like it was something special. They got blown up, torn apart, rightfully so. Everyone's like, the best case scenario with that throw is Tyreek Hill overran the defender so much that you're getting a pass interference call on that. But those are some picks. Tua threw a duck, and the Dolphins posted it like it was something special.
Okay, we saw this happen last year with Jameis Winston when he was in training camp and everything. Noah, it doesn't.
Hey, I won't take any Jameis slander on here.
Oh, yeah, but you'll take any Tua slander we can get, bro. Are you serious? No.
I will dish out all the Tua slander.
Here's the thing. The Dolphins team, they're excited about their new recruit. They're excited about Tyreek Hill. They're excited about the cheetah. They're excited about the cheetah being a dolphin, bro, and learning how to swim like a dolphin. All right? It's hard to teach a cat these tricks, and it's hard to get that timing with someone that's so explosive and everything like that. So I don't want to hear any of this. It is OTAs, and we're in week 1 of them, bro. I don't want to hear it. All right? This is going to be a deadly connection coming this season, bro.
No,
this is going to be deadly.
It's no secret that Tyreek is as good as he is, and he burns a shit ton of defensive backs all the time. Now, that worked really well for the Chiefs because Mahomes and his bazooka of an arm could hit Tyreek Hill way downfield. I don't think Tua's lefty noodle arm is going to be able to get that downfield far enough. We'll see when the season comes, but I don't think that connection is going to be that dangerous, and it's not Tyreek Hill's fault. It's going to be Tua's fault if that doesn't work out.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it will definitely be Tua's fault. Absolutely. He's one of the most explosive wide receivers in the league. If you can't utilize him, that's on you, bud. Simple as that. If he needs to slow down, if we see you.
Fastest player in the league.
100% no. But at the same time, we haven't seen it on the field. We haven't seen it in games. We are in week 2, week 1 of OTAs. I'm not putting too much stock in this. I'm not worried about the connection yet. With that being said, last thing about the draft. Not the draft. The schedule release. God, I mean, when I see something like this in a big sporting event like this, I just think, how does this affect LeBron James and his legacy, bro? This is something that I feel, no matter what, will impact LeBron James. Because let's be real, he's what? He's a Cowboys fan. He's a Browns fan. He's a Rams fan. He's a what team's going to be hot this year and a good bandwagon team? The Jets, maybe? No. Dolphin? No.
I don't know. I mean, LeBron, he might be watching a little bit of a little bit of the Colts. You know, if he's seeing Mo
Oh,
Alley Cox,
true.
a guy who never played football in college is playing tight end for the Colts. Played basketball at VCU. You might see LeBron try to steal Mo Alley Cox cross sport and be like, hey, come play power forward for the Lakers next year. Obviously, everything sports related is about LeBron, and even beyond, because that's what ESPN teaches us. So.
And hey, we're just trying to learn from the best, the worldwide leader in sports. You got to talk about the Cowboys. We already fit them in. You got to talk about LeBron and how it impacts his legacy. And this is something that will definitely impact him, especially when we get into the beginning of next NBA season. If all three or four or five of his teams are doing bad, how is that going to affect him mentally? Because don't get me wrong, even when his own team doesn't perform, he can still come out there and perform strongly. But when it's not his team, something he can't control, can he go into the game and, compartmentalize that and forget about how much the Cowboys suck and not going to win a playoff game with Dak Prescott?
Yeah, Bron should just leave the Lakers and go fucking start playing tight end for some NFL team at this point.
Hey, go to the Dolphins. Fuck it. LeBron loved Miami. He loved Miami.
Yeah. Hey,
or
anyways,
go a couple miles north and go to Tampa. Go play with the GOAT. Holy shit.
Speaking of Gronk, we still do not know. He's still up in the air whether or not he's coming back.
He's coming back.
Yes. I don't think he's made an official announcement yet.
If he wasn't coming back, we would have saw him at WrestleMania.
Maybe, unless he's just enjoying his brief retirement before he decides to start doing something else. But either way, bringing up LeBron, AJ, I think that's a great segue.
Yes. We're about segues on this show. And just so everyone listening knows, really,
into the NBA.
Yes.
We have 6 very important game 6s tonight. 2 of those are in the NBA, 4 obviously in the NHL, which we will get to in a bit. But Suns playing at Dallas tonight. Game 6. Suns a 2.5-point favorite, opportunity to close out the series. Miami playing at Philly, and Miami, I think, also a 2.5-point favorite is what I saw. It might be 2, depending on where you're getting your lines.
Yeah.
But you have the 2 road teams, each with a 3-2 lead in the series, both with an opportunity to close it out. AJ, who do you think has the better opportunity to close it out tonight? I do expect both the Suns and the Heat will win their series, but who do you think has a better opportunity to close it out tonight?
No, it's the Suns and the Heat. I think the NBA has been ridiculed.
No. I'm asking between the Suns and the Heat, who do you think has a better chance at closing it out on the road tonight?
It's going to be the Suns, in my opinion. And obviously, this is going to be posted after tomorrow. But my big thing, and the story that no one's really talking about, Scott Foster is not on the officiating crew tonight.
And hasn't been the entire series.
Which, don't get me wrong, it hasn't affected Chris Paul whatsoever because he's been playing like shit the entire series. I know you and I both are very high on him going into this game. Obviously, we're going to watch it tonight, and then I'll talk about it tomorrow morning after I post this tonight. Yeah, we're posting a lot of content. Good on us, bro. But, yeah.
But what did I say off air, AJ?
What?
I made a I don't know if it's a bold prediction or not a bold prediction, but AJ and I were talking before we started shooting this episode. I said I think this is the Chris Paul game of the series for sure, maybe even the playoffs. I think Chris Paul goes off for 35 plus tonight. He's going to have a monster game. He's been quiet all series except for game 2. I think Chris Paul comes alive. Does all the dirty work. Give me 15 plus points in the fourth quarter alone. I think this game's going to be tight. I think the Suns starters are going to be in the entire time, and I think Chris Paul really takes over the fourth quarter in this game.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to mark for cut right there so I can make sure I cut that nicely so that after he does go 15 points in the first quarter, I can go ahead and
fourth quarter.
Oh, 15 in the fourth quarter. All right, so then after the game, everyone watching this can be like, holy shit, he's a fortune teller. And then I can say, we have a fortune. Then you have another nickname. Holy shit. Noah, the fortune
cheers
teller.
To that, man.
Cheers to that, brother. I'll drink to that. What are you drinking right now? You're drinking like the IPAs of seltzers, aren't you?
Well, I got a little bit of variety here. I had a little, whatever this is called, Loyal Loyal 9 cocktails. I
Okay.
guess they're called Loyal 9 because they're 9%.
Ooh.
I guess that makes sense. And then in a little White Claw surf after that.
Dude, hey, shout out. We're not sponsored by
Can't
them. We tried getting sponsored by White Claw, but that didn't work out well. Um,
can't just be like putting back 9% after 9%.
no,
That
no,
would
that's a
be a
bad
little.
night right there. And you got to watch The Wild later.
I do. Yeah, yeah,
Gotta
and
watch
the
The Wild.
Suns and the
And
Suns.
the Suns, dude. Suns, I'm with you on the Chris Paul thing. I think we're going to see a big night out of him. He's been quiet all year. Time to awaken the beast. I put together a can't lose same game parlay, so you know how those go. With that being said, Noah, my big question about this, we kind of see how these series are playing out and everything. We kind of have an idea of who's going to win and everything, kind of with the trends and how teams have been playing. Which one of these teams is LeBron going to next year? Because I feel like it's going to be a team that's out in the second round because he sees a lot of promise and stuff. But I also don't see him going to a Boston. I don't see him going to a Milwaukee. I don't see him going to a Memphis, I kind of like him in Golden State if Golden State ends up, losing next
No,
round to the Suns. But
he'll be back with the Lakers for one more year. I like to shit on LeBron sometimes, but the one thing he's never done is he's never demanded a trade. He's always seen
that's
out.
true. I will give you that. Yeah.
He has played out every single one of his contracts that he's ever signed. And so like I said, I do love to shit on LeBron, but like huge shout out to him because that's pretty rare in today's day and age with a superstar who he's never once demanded a trade.
No,
He
he's
always
played out
plays
his
out his
contract.
contracts. He's got one more year, and I think he's fine with that because playing out this one more year on his contract, I think means that he can, as a free agent, go wherever the fuck he wants, which means wherever Bronny signs, LeBron's going to go. So I think at this point, I don't think he cares. He might. He's obviously going to have some say in like what the Lakers do in the offseason, making some different moves, but he's kind of stuck with AD and Russ. They just need if they get some more shooting and they can somehow stay healthy, like they'll be a playoff team again. I don't think they'll be a championship favorite team, but they'll be a playoff team. So I think he sticks it out one more year in LA.
I definitely see that, Noah. It's a good move for him, career-wise and everything like that. We have talked about LeBron and basketball enough for one episode. I think let's move on to something I think we both find a little bit more entertaining.
We have 4 goddamn game 6s in 3-2 series here in the NHL. Huge
Let's go
night.
Let's go. What are we doing? Huge night in the NHL, Noah. Obviously, everyone listening to this is going to be listening to this after the games and everything due to editing and stuff like that. But we can't help but talk about the NHL playoffs, bro. I mean, it's been electric as fuck all series. Every series, every game has just been banger after banger after banger. I want to say shout out to the NHL for how they have produced and conducted this Stanley Cup playoffs. This is what they should be doing all year, every year. This is the shit that people know and they love. And this is the shit that's happening every game. It's not just the playoffs. Yes, the intensity is a little bit higher. The stakes are a little bit higher. But with that being said, Noah, it's still hockey. It's still hockey year-round. It's a great product. The NHL, I think, is really hitting its stride. Shout out to every single one of these players and every single one of these teams putting on a hell of a performance and a good claim by each of them on why they should be Cup champions.
I love that ESPN signed the contract to take over most of the NHL games. Now, I have some issues with it, but it's also only their first year it was over a decade last time ESPN covered the NHL. And I'm glad that they're showing respect to hockey. They signed this big contract that they're covering half of the games. The other half are, Turner, which is fine because
which is great.
Because the playoffs all the years before were on fucking NBC Sports Network, which was a lot harder to get, and then NHL Network. Some games weren't even on air outside of local markets, which was disgusting. Everything is on national TV now. I love it. I love the respect for hockey, the respect for the NHL.
Oh, shit.
It's it's such an exciting product. I don't know why it took them this long to do this, but yes, 4 major game 6s tonight. I guess we'll just dive into the one that's underway already, halfway through the first period. Hurricanes and Bruins. That game tied 0-0 right now. Canes leading the series 3-2. I think Boston's been outscored like 19-4 in the 3, maybe not 19, but like some ridiculous number to 4 in the 3 games in Carolina.
Yeah.
They won both games at home. They are at home tonight.
Doesn't matter.
I picked Boston in 7 in this series before the playoffs started. I don't think they're going to win the series. I do think they might win tonight and force a game 7. I don't see them winning in a game 7, but you get to a game 7, anything can happen.
No, I talked about it earlier today on Degenerate Takes Live, something I'm doing a little bit whenever I have some free time and can hop on. Follow us on Twitter at Degen Takes so you can stay alert to whenever those do happen, because I'm just handicapping all the games that I see. I'm talking crypto. We're talking everything fucking degenerate, bro. It's fucking awesome in there. But I talked about it. The Hurricanes, there is 3 things certain in life: death, taxes, Hurricanes, and the over. And that's what's going to be true tonight. It's going to be Hurricanes. It's going to be over. The Bruins are going to put up a hell of a fight. But with that being said, yeah, it's going to be one of those things.
Yeah, and then our second game of the night, puck drop in. I mean, it's scheduled for 2 minutes for puck drop. Probably going to be more like 12. Obviously, especially these playoff games, they start 10 to 15 minutes later than scheduled. Maple Leafs and Lightning. Sorry, not Bruins. The Mapes have a 3-2 lead in the series. The home team has won every single game of this series. I don't know, AJ. I can't I can't trust the Maple Leafs. I kind of want to take the plus money bet on the Lightning to win the series right now. I think it's at plus 200 or 300 for the Lightning to win the series. They need to win the next 2 games. The Maple Leafs have not. I don't remember the year off the top of my head, but they haven't won a playoff series since like 19 something. They've lost 7 straight playoff series. So last 7 series they've lost, and the Maple Leafs I don't trust them. The Lightning won the last 2 championships. I kind of love the juice on the plus money with the Lightning for the series right now, and especially tonight. I mean, they're only minus 120 tonight. I think that is a really, really nice bet to take. I don't think they lose at home. The Lightning have won 17, an NHL history record, 17 straight games following a loss they have won. So,
you know what?
I don't know how you go with the Leafs in this game.
I will go with you on this. I went with the Leafs. Talked about it earlier today. And there's a sole reason I went with the Maple Leafs tonight, and when I went with them overall in the series, even if they don't win tonight, they're going to win the series. I kind of have an issue with a certain person who likes to sit on a bar stool and make picks and make these ridiculous claims and everything like that. I won't say his name because he doesn't deserve his name to come out of my mouth. All I got to say is hashtag Dave Who. With that being said, he is all over the Lightnings. He loves the Lightnings more than he loves the Bruins, which I can't believe because he's been sucking the Bruins and the Celtics' dicks this entire season, which has been unbelievable.
He's a Boston guy. It's like that's just betting with your heart, not your head.
I get it. But then he said, Leafs don't look like a team and everything before their last win. And so, he, again, I believe made a nice bet on the Lightning to win tonight. So I'm just fading the person I know who's the worst sports gambler in the world. And that is the man who sits on a bar stool.
Hey, that means you're fading me too. So,
hey, I'm sorry, Noah. It's just business. It's just business.
All right. You can't win them all. But
can't win them all.
Anyways, we'll see what happens with that one. I do expect the Lightning to push this to a Game 7. We'll see what happens in that Game 7. The Leafs will probably choke like they always do. Next game, the game that I care about the most out of any game at all so far this playoffs in any sport, we have Game 6 of the Wild and the Blues, man.
Woo!
I'm a little bit nervous. Blues are coming in at minus 115, Wild plus 105 is what I'm seeing. So very even. Marc-Andre Fleury has started in net every single game for the Wild so far. Cam Talbot getting the start. Game 6 here.
Hey, I like the change up. I like the change up.
And here's the thing. I mean, I get it. Fleury's won Stanley Cups. He's made really deep playoff runs routinely. He's really good. He's been pretty solid for the most part, even though this is, we're down 3-2 now. But Talbot was 12-1-1, 13-1-1 to end the season. Like he ended the season on a spectacular note. He was the hot hand, and we went with the guy with experience. Like I said, I'm not going to shit on that decision.
No.
I get the decision, but Cam Talbot was definitely the hotter goalie down the stretch.
But hold on, time out. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead and finish. But
I was going to say, I don't know that I expect the Wild to win, but I hope they win this. If they win this and Cam Talbot has a great game, I would expect Cam Talbot to start. Actually, regardless of what happens, if the Wild lose, the season's over. If they win, Cam Talbot should be the goalie Game 7. Next series against Colorado, maybe you reevaluate. But I hope the Wild bounce back, and I think if the Wild win this Game 6, they'll win Game 7 at home.
Hey, and obviously by the time this podcast is posted, that will be well known and everything like that, who won and who's moving on. I have to say, regardless of that outcome, though, good move changing it up. It's not like Fleury's been standing on his head or anything like that and just letting everything by him but good move, change up the vibe a little bit, got the hot hand in there. He's been rested. It's going to be a good game for the Wild, hopefully.
You got to worry because he hasn't played in, a good week and a half, 2 weeks now because Fleury's had all the other games. So that can be either a really good thing or a really bad thing. It's double-edged sword type of situation. We'll see what happens. I would say either the Wild they're either going to win this game or they're going to lose this by multiple goals.
That's why I took the over, but we'll see how that goes.
Anyways, our last game, another Game 6. Obviously, all of these super important. Got the Kings. A big surprise to a lot of people. The Kings leading the Oilers 3-2. A chance to close it out at home in 6 games. Although it probably shouldn't be that much of a surprise because much like the Maple Leafs, the Oilers are known for being chokers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you know what? Edmonton sitting at minus 150 on the road in LA. Jonathan Quick has been playing like it's 2012. He doesn't. That old ass motherfucker is playing like he didn't do that. He didn't do that great in the regular season, but he has turned back the clocks for this playoff run. He's already got one shutout in this series. The dude's playing great. I think the Kings close it out at home in 6, beat the Oilers, and go on to play Calgary or Dallas in the second round.
Noah, here's the thing. I think we're both fortune tellers. The Kings are winning this one, dude. They're at home. They have a good squad. They're up. It's their series to lose at this point. Oilers have not been playing the hockey that I've seen them play this season. They are below average at best. They are performing kind of like a certain hashtag Dave Who does at betting. But with that being said, give me the Kings. I did take a all underdogs parlay in hockey today.
Oh boy. So you got, what was that? Wild? Were the Bruins or the Canes the underdog?
Canes were the dogs, believe it or not.
So you took, I do believe it because they're in Boston.
Yeah.
So you took, I don't love the Toronto pick, but that's okay.
I know you don't.
Anyways,
I do. Again,
so
hashtag Dave Who.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if the Kings close this out in 6, it'll just be another year of Edmonton falling flat and just showing that you can't just have. Yeah, they have probably two of the best 5 players in the NHL on the same line in Draisaitl and McDavid, and they score a shit ton of goals, and you get that, right? And you get wins because they score a shit ton of goals, but you need more than one line. You need more than one solid line.
More than one line.
yeah, you could put two absolute all-stars on the same line, but what's the rest of your team doing? Like, they're, those guys are only on the ice, 18, 19, maybe 20 minutes out of a 60-minute game. So, like, come on, Edmonton. Like, you got to put together better lines than just. You can't just, it's a classic, like, do really well in the regular season because you're just got these guys scoring an immense amount of goals and then can't get it done in the postseason.
They remind me a lot of the Lakers last year when they made the play-in game and everything like that, and then got swept. Not swept. They almost got swept by the Suns and everything. That was fun. Hashtag, how does that affect LeBron's legacy? That's a long hashtag. Hashtag LeBron's legacy. Let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll have to find out, whoever wins the Stanley Cup Finals, how does that affect LeBron's legacy?
Hey, listen, all I know is that he has not bandwagoned anyone yet, so he will probably wait until the finals to hop on that. And then we can sandbag him on that bullshit. With that being said, Noah, before we sign off for the evening and the weekend, I will be live tomorrow morning, probably 9 a.m.-ish, if I get my ass up and my coffee's ready on time. With that being said, Noah, anything else to say to the D-Gens out there?
Hey, man, go Suns, go Wild. That's all I got to say. Let's close out the series for the Suns. Extend it to 7 for the Wild. And, hey, click that link in the description. Jock Market, sign up.
No, do that thing where they point to the screen below, to make sure that people like all that shit,
Here.
Do the pointing.
I'm
nope,
like,
there you go.
All right, there we go.
Point down below. Yeah. Follow us all on Twitter, too. Do that thing, too. Do that thing. And then the Jock Market, all down below. If you can't tell, I'm pointing to the description down below.
Yeah, and we might throw that link on Twitter or whatever else, too. Just keep an eye out for it. Like I said, sign up, make a deposit. You get $10. I get $10. It's a win-win. AJ gets nothing, but,
Just like my bets recently, flat as fuck, no money in my pocket. But hey, if you haven't won, that just means you're due. And I'm due for a big night, and tonight's that fucking night, Noah.
Hey, law of averages, right?
Exactly. That's why every day I pick every MLB game, because eventually I'm going to pick them all correctly. With that being said, I've been the Brofict one. That's been the man with the most introduction in the world. This has been Degenerate Takes, and we'll see you next time. We're clear.
Yeah.